Can you believe that I'm late again? Can you believe that I'm always late? Can you believe that I'm never on time? Again, sorry. That's just how it goes here. It's hard, okay? It time doesn't exist in my mind, okay? Time is just a figment of my imagination. And whatever time it is, I don't know. Whatever time it is, it just is, okay? But yes, I am sorry. I meant to update the schedule to be like around 5 or something, because I'm basically gonna update every stream time to be around 5, because I'm slowly moving more towards a nighttime sort of like time. I also wasn't here yesterday and the day before, as you all know, because spending time with my wife, who is now sick. So she has a, not that that's like a funny thing, but like she has like a massive, like not like a massive fever, but like it's just funny that like it's so unfortunate. Like I sound awful actually. Now I sound really bad. What I'm trying to say is the circumstances that like everything happens is like so unfortunate that it's like funny in like a way. It's just bad luck, but she's doing fine. Our puppy is doing fine too. Our puppy was sneezing too. I didn't know we can that dogs can sometimes catch the same illnesses as like people, which I mean it makes sense, right? Like imagine you're a virus, right? And you have those like weird, you know, those like protein legs. Well, I guess we all have protein legs. Yeah, I guess we all have like protein legs. But imagine you're a virus and you have those like weird protein legs as you walk around, right? Yeah, how are you supposed to like know, right? How are you supposed to know? You wouldn't be able to like tell who is like a normal virus. I mean, a normal human and like a dog human, right? Like you wouldn't know based on like the structure of the meat. As a virus, you would just attach to the meat, right? So it makes sense that like dogs can get sick from us too. You just finished work and you made it. Welcome, Lord Hentai, my good friend, my brother in Christ, my actual brother. You're not actually my brother, but like, you know what I mean? Fuck it. But thank you and welcome. How was work? Hopefully work was like good. And hopefully your new position and everything is going well too. But yeah, so that's why I'm like kind of late. I want to be sure that my wife was okay. I also just woke up late, so we're gonna be moving to like I'm just gonna be honest with myself and just say that there's no way I can stream at like a normal time. There's like no way. I wake up. My day starts when the sun falls. I feel completely like that's when I feel greatest. Wait, the command didn't work, really? Ah, it's usually supposed to like work. What happened to the bot? Oh no, I have to check the like bot. Did it work? Did the bot die? Or maybe I can't see what the bot says. But that's weird. Usually I'm supposed to be able to see what the bot says. Damn. It hasn't worked since the last week or two? Ah, shit. Okay, wait. Let me fix the bot. Okay, I'll fix the bot and then you can type it again. Yes, my brother. Work's been amazing. Just been reading a lot of patches for infrastructure and stuff. Oh god, I don't envy you. It's not saying anything. That's why it's sad. It's supposed to be saying something funny. Well, not funny. Well, it's funny to me. Wait, what? Everyone. Yeah, everyone. Okay, what if I type it? Oh, you know what? It's because the bot. Okay, sorry. I know why. It's because the bot accidentally left the like channel. I know exactly why. Wait, this is good. This is good. Wait, no, it's here. You stupid bot. What's going on? Wait, Nightbot no longer answers to me. That's a weird sentence. Nightbot no longer answers to me. Okay, now join. Okay. Okay, it's here. Alright. Nightbot is on its... Don't you dare say the U word. It's not joining a union. Look, see? It is a non-union bot. Alright, now type it. I guess you guys get my good organs. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Wait. There's a 5-second cooldown. There's a minimum 5-second cooldown that I don't know how to get rid of. So if like a bunch of people like register, it like doesn't know what to like do. You've been disrobed. You're fine with this. You're fine with this. Amazing. All right, try it now. Try the command now. This is a good time to reroll because I'm going to write down. I've been writing down everyone's like different thing. Okay, so I'm an organ donor. Gabe, I don't know, is now disrobed, and Lord Hentai, I don't remember if you were in Sludge or you were inside. No, you were in the mines, right? Yes, the registrations. I've been keeping track of these because I'm gonna eventually update this so that it shows up on the website too. Because I think it'd be funny to have like a collective website with like a funny like animated image that like has everyone doing something. Oh god. Well, now you're in the human sludge like jar. Wait. Let me find you. Human sludge jar. Alright. So eventually, by next week or so, because yesterday and the day before I was way too busy to A, upload a video, but also B, I was way too busy to even like finish this. On the website, there's gonna be a more interactive section where you get to see where everyone stays, right? And it's gonna be a bit like RuneScape, like a giant world map. You have the miners, like miners as in like those who slam rocks. Rocks isn't. What drugs is rocks? Crack cocaine, fast facts. Holy fuck. Oh, that's funny. Geodes. Yeah, sorry. The Geodudes. Yes. Winky face Geodudes. I think we have like a winky emote. Is it? Okay, yeah. We have a winky emote if you type wanked. That's good. Yeah, it's good. That's really good. If you don't have 7 TV, then you're missing out. I'm gonna add some more better Twitch TV emotes soon, but I just need to figure out how to get them both to work nicely with my like chat stuff. Because apparently there's like a conflict between two. Being in a nudist quality sounds alright. Welcome. You actually might be the only person who's like nude, so it'll look really funny. Okay. I hope that no one else ever gets it, because that one specifically, I don't know why, that one has a much lower chance. Because it's at the very, very end of like the list of like things. It has a much lower chance of like happening. So you are probably going to be the only nudist for like a very long time until I fix it, which is going to be funny. Actually, that's like a very funny thing to think about. And it's entirely because I coded it wrong. I made it way too unlikely to like get that anything at like a certain spot in the like list. So it's good. It's really good. You'll just see one single naked figure on the website now. Not that it'll actually be like real nudity. No, it's, you know what I mean. It'll be censored. My website, I have to keep it clean, guys. Have to keep it clean. But yeah, speaking of organs, by the way, as an organ donor, I stayed up very late last night. I stayed up very late last night watching videos and reading stuff about Warhammer 40k. I don't know why, it was just so fascinating to me, but did you know that the Space Marines get like 19 organ transplants? And I was like, yo! And like one of them, all one of them does is just a second stomach, and I'm like, yo! I would love a second stomach. I would actually love a second stomach. Every time you go to like a buffet, because we went recently for a special day in our lives, my wife and I, we went recently and we did not get our like full value. We honestly tried. Because we go to this one buffet that's like in, I guess Ontario, but like Canada in like general, and it's like, it's a really good buffet, but like we could only get down like 2 plates. And I was like, fuck. Dude, I even only had like 2 Nanaimo bars, which if you don't know what those are, so good. It is so good. Holy moly. I don't know why this is the one snack that like no one ever like, talks about when they talk about Canadian snacks. Like Canadian snacks, like poutine and stuff is like great. Or like I don't know, maple syrup cookies, right? But a Nanaimo bar, this thing slaps. Absolutely slaps. It's like a cookie base with like a cream middle and like a nice chocolate like crunchy top. Well, not crunchy, but like a solid chocolate top. It's so good. And it's actually listed, oh my god, it's listed as a actual Canadian cuisine. C'est la vie. Is that the Canadian word? Having a second stomach sounds awful. You eat enough as this. You can never eat enough. Take that back. You can never eat enough. But I feel the same way. It's weird too, because like when I don't try to eat a lot, I eat a lot. When I try to eat a lot, I eat like maybe like a morsel. And I don't know why. I have like a psychological like, block on it. But yeah, I feel you. Especially like, during like COVID time, especially like when we were all stuck inside, I gained a lot. I got the COVID like 60, man. But it was good. It was worth it. Absolutely worth it. But yeah, that's why I was late. I was reading up on like the whole history and the lore. And apparently the like Emperor of Mankind is like the resurrection of like every smart person out there. So it's like the Emperor of Mankind was Einstein, as well as, you know what it is? Keanu Reeves. You guys know how like Keanu Reeves is like an immortal person who like, shows up and like kind of like becomes like a person, right? Like how do I explain this? like there's multiple paintings of Keanu Reeves in the past of people who look like Keanu Reeves, of like counts and like stuff. And so the theory is that he's actually immortal, and then he's just here now with us to do his own acting thing as like a for fun thing. Here, Keanu is immortal.com. Oh god. There's a painting from 1530 as well as from 1875. This is starting to sound like a subplot of a Warhammer franchise. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that Keanu Reeves is actually the Emperor of Mankind? Look, imagine, okay? Who created Warhammer 40k? Games Workshop game designer Rick Presley. And okay, it's is he dead? He's alive. Okay, well, okay. Imagine if Keanu Reeves, being the immortal that he is, because Rick Priestley is 64. So what if Keanu Reeves was his father, and his father gave him the idea of Warhammer 40k? He like implanted it, but what he was trying to do was like tell the world of like the like prophecy of the future, right? But his son said, "Yo, that sounds sick," and then he made a board game out of it, right? Well, now he's rich, but like, you know what I mean? Like clearly something went like wrong, and apparently that's the entire plot of the Emperor of like Mankind. The Emperor of like humanity basically tried to like subtly influence things and like basically failed, and then he decided to go ahead and then was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna show up." So imagine one day you're just chilling, right? You're in like a medieval land and you're just chilling, and a 9-foot like golden god like just walks in, like, what the fuck? He's like, "Hey, in about 20,000 years, aliens." It's like, holy fuck. All right. You know this? What if the UFO stuff, right, is like him? What if right now the UFO stuff is like Keanu Reeves as the Emperor of humanity, trying to warn us about the incoming chaos and the warp, which is like a whole thing. I spent a long time last night. That's why I'm late today. Spent a very long time watching things. There was also a really good video by what's his name again? Let me find it. Warhammer 40k implants. God, what's his name? Dr. Chris Rayner. He's a orthodontist, orthopedics or something. But he's like I don't know if he's a real doctor. I mean, like, you know how like chiropractors are not like real doctors? I don't know what an ortho is, but it sounds fancy, so I'm gonna assume that he's a real doctor. He makes videos about, you know, a bunch of random things, but all of a sudden he started a series talking about like what the organs would like do, and like what our real life equivalent stuff in medical science is. And we can actually do a lot of what these organs can kind of do, except for the crazier wilder ones. But like a second heart, a second stomach, that stuff is easy. Hormones to like, you know, grow your like muscles and like your like body is very, very easy. That's just what, you know, that's just what steroids or like gear is, right? And or gear, right? But like other things, like getting your pores to secrete like a sticky juice. I mean, listen, some of us have that, okay? I have one specific pore that secretes the stickiest juice. And I can do it on command, just give me 5 minutes. Oh god. Just give me 5 minutes and I'll do it, dude. What? You want to be covered inside the Weaver's web? Alright, give me like, I don't know. Give me 6 hours. You're quite tall. I'm gonna need 6 hours of you. You'd want that gene seed. My brother in Christ, we have that gene seed. We have that gene seed. We were made for this gene seed. But yeah, it's a crazy storyline, because like, who even comes up like with the stuff, right? And then I realized, like, I was reading more and more about it, and I realized that, like, it is high techno fantasy if like the world was afraid of technology, right? Which is like a very sort of like, you know, common theme that you see nowadays in like other media. So say like cyberpunk, for instance, a lot of the fears inside that is like, this is technology going very, very wrong and you start to lose the humanity of it. But really, that just feels like an offshoot of like the topics inside of Warhammer 40k, which in and of itself is an offshoot of like, you know, other older literature like 1984 and like stuff. Although that's more about surveillance and privacy and like, you know, a governing state. It also has hints of like this like technological sort of like, you know, state that is like that's like controlling you, almost always watching you through technology. It's fascinating to see all these like, you know, literary connections between each other because we've been doing some story readings, right, on this channel. We've done a lot of story readings. The next story reading will be soon because we have to go through The King in Yellow. Because I'm playing more and more games that reference The King in Yellow, and today we're going to be playing one that really references the King in Yellow by a well-known developer that we all know and love. And if you don't love them, then I hate you. No, I'm saying, but I love them. Akuma Kure. They seem to be very heavily influenced by the mythos that is sort of built in The King in Yellow, which is very fascinating to me. So we'll do some more story readings soon, but it's just fascinating to sort of see these connections and these ties. Like, once you read the progenitors of these series, almost, then you start to see, like, oh, I see. Like, all this stuff sort of, like, carries on. And then people put their own twist on it, right? In a way, the weirdest thing is that when I read the Warhammer 40k lore, it read a lot like a Lovecraftian like cyber techno-punk kind of, like, deal, right? It was like techno-space necromancy. It's literally it's techno-necromancy. It's techno-necromancy with Lovecraftian horrors from beyond the warp, aka, you know what I mean? Bottom of the sea, Lovecraftian horrors. And even their, like, gods, the, like, warp gods, the, like, chaos gods, are very sort of, like, Lovecraftian. Like, there's one who woke up because people were fighting all the, like, time. So he's formed, he's like, alright, let's go! So it's fucking nuts. But yeah, it's a really fascinating story. I was up all night reading it. I kind of went crazy with it, honestly. But it was really good. Really, really good. They weren't even long videos or anything. It was just a bunch of, like, reading on the, like, topics, trying to get caught up on all the lore. And, like, just like learning about how crazy it is. And, like, knowing that, like, the Emperor of Humanity is, like, tied to, like, the Golden Throne now. It's like, whoa. But that's what happens when you drink coffee at, like, 8 p.m. So, but today, I've had coffee early, okay? Very, very early. So we should be good for today. I have a lot of energy because, again, if you sleep for 12 hours, you're gonna wake up and be like, oh, I want to live. So it feels great. It feels really good. And I think it's my body I'm pretty sure it's my body overcorrecting because the dog is now with my mother-in-law for like a week. So it's my body overcorrecting to the fact that every morning I would have like a small puppy licking my like face to like wake up. But I do miss her licking my face. Like, I catch myself every time I like, go leave the room and I come back. I'm like ready for like a dog to like jump on me to be all happy, and she's not there. And I'm like, ah. But she's coming back soon, next week. Once my wife is no longer sick. So she's over there as well because we had to take care of my mother-in-law. But she'll be back soon. So in other crazy news, well, not crazy news, but TFT Teamfight Tactics got set 10. So that's also why I didn't have any videos. I was just playing that. Like, I was no-lifing it for, I want to say, like an entire day. I'm gonna say it. It's probably their best set yet because of how many different mechanics are in there, and how flexible you can be with the game. But I still think the general base format of the game makes it so inflexible that you still see the same flaws. Like, I still see the same flaws in that game, even in this set where, like, the later tier units are just not as like strong. The problem is that whoever hits like a 3-star tier 4 or tier 5 wins. But it's like if you're in the final 4, you're basically just playing to counter the other person, which is like, it is kind of a tactic, but the way you counter them is not by playing well. It's just by choosing the things that they choose and like making it impossible for them to finish. And this set especially is even worse. So if you don't know TFT, it's an auto battler, Teamfight Tactics by Riot Games. And the entire idea of it is that it is an auto-balancing auto battler due to the format that it plays with. It's a drafting game, right? So just like a card game, you only have like what four aces, right? If 2 people have 1 ace and the last person has 2 aces, then you have no aces. You can never get a single ace and your hand is like done. A lot of the strategy in like poker, in like larger tables of like poker, is knowing what cards are available and trying to guess and figure out what cards people have. And as people fold, you see their hands. Well, I don't know if you see their hands, but like whenever I played for like fun with like friends, we saw the people who like folded hands. And you would know like which cards are like left inside the like deck, and you would be able to like fathom like, oh, you could no longer get like a flush or like something, or like a row of flush or like something, right? Stuff like that. TFT operates on the same principle, but it's even worse now because they made it even harder to get like a certain unit to 3 stars. So you need 9 of the same unit to get the 3 stars, right? Or is it 9? 30? Yeah, 9. You need 9 to go up to. I do not say 9 multiple times. Don't do that. Don't do that. We stopped that years ago. Don't do that. You need 9 of the same unit to get to a 3-star, okay? The problem is that there's now only 10 units in like a pool at like, you know, for like the highest level units basically. So if somebody has like 1 even or like 2, you basically can't, or like something. It's like very, very hard now. And like, but even then, it's you're not playing to like a tactic. You're just playing to stop the other person from executing, and it's still so boring once you get to the end game. I find the early to the mid game of like TFT to be the most fun, and once you get to the end game, it's just whoever can like slam a 3-star first, and like whoever can like sacrifice enough space for it, and whoever can like get the like good RNG. Playing it, the mechanics are really good, but I recognize the problem still, and it's why I enjoy the single player auto battlers that I've been playing on the channel. Because they're significantly better. There's no auto balancing, there's no auto drafting, there's no stupid balancing rules. You don't have to like play around things. It's much simpler to understand to get started, and it's also much easier to sort of like play towards a specific strategy in the late game that counters not by means of resource deprivation, but by means of playing better, right? It's like the whole it is resource deprivation is like the antithesis of the entire idea of just get good, right? To me at least. It's why I hate even like, you know, RTSs where, you know, just expanding and like holding expansion spots is like a very strong tactic because you basically starve the other player. So yeah, that's basically what I was up to. There's not really much else that like happened. Oh, actually, I did find out wait, is it Thanksgiving now? Oh fuck, Thanksgiving US. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving in the US. I don't know why you guys have it then. In Canada, we have ours a month. We had ours a month ago. Okay, you guys are late, very, very late. But I think America is smarter on this one for the timing of Thanksgiving. I know about the history of it. Let's not get into it. But in terms of just like raw holiday, like the holiday mechanics in this current IRL patch, okay, I think America has the best allocation of like, you know, holidays, at least compared to Canada, right? In that you have a nice even spread of holidays. So, you know, this month you would take time off for Thanksgiving. Next month you take time off for Christmas. That's a pretty good deal. Well, for most of us. I mean, for many of you, not all of you, because a lot of roles are exempt for some reason. Oh, I did also actually, while I was reading up on the Warhammer stuff, I did find out there's going to be a Warhammer 40k movie. The trailer, honestly, I don't know, or like maybe it's out. Wait, is it out? Warhammer 40k movie. Oh my god, it's out. But I saw the trailer for it and I was like, why would you like? It seems hard to make a movie for it because even making a game for it is very, very hard. And making a game for it seems like it'd be fun because imagine being like a super-sized like Space Marine, or even like a Primaris Space Marine, right? Being like, you know, a 9-foot tall machine, just like, you know, demolishing aliens, right? Or like, you know, people, or like a, was it Warp Chaos monsters, right? It would be, it's already hard to make a good Warhammer game, a good game based on any mythos, as seen by the, what's the game that Fat Shark made? Fat Shark. They made, God, what's that Warhammer game? It's not the medieval one. Dark Tide. Just looking at Dark Tide, you kind of realize like, oh, you know, even though it's a very easy, so like pre-built and very like well-defined mythos, it's very hard to translate that into gameplay, right? But at least gameplay is fun by way of like, you know, interaction. Games have that sort of like allure to them where it's much easier than like a movie where if you don't write well, a movie sucks. Even if a game's writing sucks, as long as the gameplay is at least fun, then it's really easy to like do. And honestly, any shooting game is at a baseline fun, so it's really hard to like mess up. And even then, you know, Dark Tide messed up, right? At least compared to Vermintide, which I thought was way better. So it's fine to me whenever people want to make movies on these things, because I feel like even though the mythos is like very, very good, you still need very good writing, like and telling a specific story to carry the mythos. Like I found Vermintide's story writing to be not great, but I found it to be extremely passable, and I found it to be at least interesting enough such that it used the mythos in a way that was, you know, more fascinating than like just doing like, you know, whatever the pre-built stories of Warhammer are, right? Or even like if you play like a more open format like the Warhammer 40k RTS games, strategy games, that stuff I find very interesting because you get to just like build your own stories. Kind of like how we made Lord Farquaad inside Mountain Blade, right? Like obviously, the Mountain Blade story, there is no Lord Farquaad, but I'm building up to like, you know, the Kingdom of Far, Far Away. Soon we'll introduce Shrek, because I found out I found a way to change our character's color entirely green, and I found a way to change their name even after they've been born, okay? So Shrek is going to become the son of Lord Farquaad's brother, who I forgot his like name. I forgot his name. It's been a while since I played them, actually. So, but we'll finish these games later. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not surprised that movie bombed, but every time I see a trailer of a movie based on an established like board game mythos, or like just like any sort of like game movie, I have a feeling it's going to be bad. Obviously, I have higher hopes for other things, like, you know, now the live action for One Piece is like really good. Live action for Avatar seems amazingly good, so I can't wait for that as well. And plus, the guy from Kim's Convenience, the father, Appa, is Uncle Iroh, which is like slaps. It is gonna be weird hearing him in like a different voice though. Although they've changed his like voice twice for obvious reasons, so it's gonna be like good, I think. Good overall. But yeah, that's all I was really up to. Just catching up with my friends. So again, sorry that I was gone, but I'm not sorry too, because like it was worth it. That's also why there was no video on the channel. Despite me promising you guys a video on the channel, I couldn't get around to recording it, and like I still want to edit it and like add sound effects. So like I know what I want to do. I just need to like make it happen, if that makes sense. So, oh, there was one other thing that I need to talk about. I did notice that Megan gave me a shoutout. So I found out, I was reading up more and like how to handle like, you know, rating and like shoutouts. I found out more different ways of doing it. So I'm better at Twitch now. Can you believe that this hobby that I'm doing, I'm actually better at it now? It's crazy. I need to do the shout myself, because shout out, I wonder if it works inside Chat Arena. Would be interesting. Does it work? There we go. Now this person, they randomly found me, and I randomly found them when we both happened to stream the Road Warden demo, right? Like, it was a very funny thing, and I enjoy watching them a lot whenever I can. Obviously, I wake up at like, you know, I wake up at like 4 or 5 when they're done streaming. Like, I wake up when they go to sleep, so it's kind of hard, right? But I watch like VODs. They're very entertaining, and they've always been a very good friend who's sort of like being here just to hang out all, like, very, very often actually. So I do appreciate them. And please go watch them, because they've rated me a couple times, and I didn't know how to give a shout out last time, but now that I know, I'm giving it now. So again, please go check them out as well, because I think they also deserve some heads up. They play a lot of like interesting games too, games that I don't know how they find, honestly. Like they find games that I want to find, and then it's like, dude, like, how do you find them? But they're really, really good. So yeah, thank you again. And again, don't raid me. You don't have to follow or anything. You don't have to subscribe or anything. There's like no need to. You don't have to. I'm doing this for like fun, okay? Like, it'll always be something, a show for you to watch. You don't have to. Like, if you don't follow, it doesn't mean I'm all of a sudden going to like stop, right? And don't raid me and stuff, because I don't know how to handle that pressure. I feel bad if I don't know, if I don't like raid back. But I do appreciate it, okay? In fact, there's a bunch that I need to read out, because it happened while I was offline. So, Vince Watt from yesterday. I wasn't even on yesterday. Thanks, Vince. Appreciate the follow. Gabe, I don't know. Welcome. You're naked and you're following me. Thank you so much. You've been disrobed. I don't know why you followed me after you got disrobed, but that's pretty funny, okay? MaxiBoo2112, thank you for following me just a moment ago, actually, as well, too. Be sure to type register, because we need more people to register for the website graphic to look funny. Not like a graphic. It's gonna be like an interactive website thing where you can like zoom in and zoom out. It's gonna be like not a 3D thing, but like a 2D sort of like canvas, if that makes sense. It'll have like again, I'm not an artist. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you can't tell. I'm not an artist, okay? So the canvas is going to be filled with terrible art. But at least it'll be funny within the context of what we know. We have a fair amount of organ donors too, okay, for Stickshire. But please, keep donating your organs, because we're gonna go back to Wildermyth soon, because I've been feeling that game a lot. And also because they've been updating it still, so it's crazy to me. But today is not just a Just Chatting day, okay? I just like to start it with Just Chatting, just to tell you guys, like, all the crazy stuff that I've been up to, and, like, you know, what's like been going on. Today's gonna be it's gonna be a weird day. I don't really know how to explain this, okay? I'll get into it. I also have a really good bad joke that I want to say, but I won't tell you what it is. We're just gonna go right into it. And we're gonna start some weird games today, okay? Things that I found sort of like floating around the internet here and there. We'll see how this goes, because like these are all very well, not all weird, but like most of them are pretty weird, okay? Just give me a moment to set things up, because this like first game, I tried to start it. You'll see why.